Hi, I'm Jane Phillips. Recently, I posted 2 articles on AVIDBuilder.com about employee engagement. I want to share with you 5 key areas on which you can focus to build employee engagement. As a concept, employee engagement has been in the business world for several years. Employers know that being attentive to employees' values inspires commitment and increases productivity. But in response to the recent economic downturn, some beleaguered employers have dimmed the light on engagement and are willing to risk loyalty and morale as casualties of market and business conditions. Factors related to today's market and business conditions include salary freezes, limited or no bonuses, and reductions in workforce. Employees have had to take on more work with fewer resources and deal more often with high-maintenance, emotional customers. And then there are other stresses: spouses losing jobs, personal credit tightening its grip, looming foreclosures, daily sensationalists turning bright lights on dark situations all over the world. Misery loves company, and it's no wonder employees are less inclined to be fully engaged. However, as a home builder, this is one of the most important times for you to give attention to the factors that impact employee engagement. Now, more than ever, you need your employees at their best and you want them engaged for the long haul. There are studies that indicate employees will seek out new opportunities when the economy turns around and the job market improves. But if you take steps now, you'll retain your top talent through the hard times and good. Let's start by defining employee engagement. Often this is confused with job satisfaction. Although both are important and each influence the other, there is a distinct difference. Job satisfaction typically involves things that are in the employer's control, such as pay, benefits, work environment, etc. Engagement is influenced by a direct supervisor and involves things such as work assignments, ongoing employee development, feedback, and trust. According to a recent Perrin study, employee engagement refers to the extent to which employees put discretionary effort into their work in the form of extra time, brainpower, and energy. Engagement is the personal connection between the employee and the organization and has a great effect on their productivity and desire to stay with the organization. An engaged employee feels fully involved and enthusiastic about his job and his employer. So why is it such a big deal? You may think that by meeting all the criteria pointing to job satisfaction, an employee should be grateful. Can you believe there are managers out there who are actually saying, "Just feel lucky you have a job"? The problem is there are many employees who do feel lucky to have a job, and given the current state of the economy, they have decided to show up and shut up. They do their work, they put in extra time when necessary and meet the basic expectations, but they aren't really engaged. Even if they like their job, many employees are fearful of job loss and are reluctant to be open and honest about how they really feel. Today, you are not getting the best from those who may have been your most talented and committed employees. Worse, tomorrow you may lose them. A recent Watson-Wyatt study revealed some alarming statistics. 41% of employees indicate changes in their company have had an adverse impact on quality and customer service. Only 17% of employers believe this is the case. 20% fewer employees today would refer others to work at their company. I call out these risks and negative issues because many home builders don't recognize the damage that can result by not paying attention to employees' concerns and interests. Even more compelling is the upside to doing so. Most of you know intuitively that an engaged workforce garners many intangible benefits and is linked to employee retention. Well, there are tangible benefits as well. Some studies have shown that highly engaged employees outperform their disengaged counterparts by 20 to 28%. Other studies have documented operating margins increasing steadily at companies with high levels of engagement. Employee engagement is a complex issue as it comprises each individual's unique and personal connection to their work. This limits what home builders can do in an all-inclusive approach. There are components at the organizational level that can support engagement. Ensuring that your employees are given the proper tools to perform their job, have access to knowledge and resources, and are provided with a positive work environment will help build a good foundation. But on a micro level, a great deal of success hinges on managers and direct line supervisors. They are the main conduits to employees. Home builders who are successful with employee engagement make it an ongoing priority. Engagement is embedded in the culture. It spurs motivation and brightens morale. So what can you do for your company? Consider an employee survey, a highly effective tool for not only collecting employee feedback, but for recognizing employees as business partners. Again, it is important to differentiate job satisfaction from employee engagement, and a questionnaire must be expertly written to solicit data that yields actionable results. The results will need to be shared, evaluated, and prioritized. Conducting an employee survey requires a commitment of time and resources necessary to take action. 5 key areas that contribute to employee engagement start with communication. It is extremely important that employees know what is happening in the organization. Their understanding of strategies and issues is critical to their ability to connect personally and align their roles to the goals of the organization. Communication needs to come from senior leaders and mid-level managers, and it must be clear, consistent, and relevant. Two-way feedback is equally important. Managers must actively seek employee input and provide various ways and opportunities for sharing ideas and concerns. My most recent article on AVIDBuilder.com goes into detail on communication plans, and I invite you to read it and share your feedback. Second is trust in leadership. As with any relationship, gaining trust takes time. Leaders need to walk the talk and follow through on commitments. When changes are necessary, they need to be communicated with the reasons that support the change. Trust can be shattered instantly when expectations are betrayed. Next is active involvement in decision-making and problem-solving. When employees participate in solving problems and making decisions, they take more ownership and pride in their work. Having influence over the outcomes which affect them increases employee engagement. The fourth key area is career and performance management. Although these two areas should be given distinct focus, they do integrate. From the standpoint of performance management, employees want to know what is expected of them and how their jobs fit into the big picture. Your human resources experts can help define the competencies and skills necessary and help your employees to develop these skills to better equip them for your needs today and in the future. Engagement improves when there are career development systems and processes that include career tracks, development opportunities, special project assignments, and regular career conversations with supervisors and mentors. And finally, the fifth key area is managers. I've often said mid-level management is one of the hardest jobs out there. Most frontline supervisors are new to their positions, and many have not had adequate training to manage others. They are expected to continue doing some of the functional work while managing the team. Too often, employees are put into management roles because they are the best team players. However, management is a job in and of itself that requires specific competencies. Someone who is a strong individual contributor may not be the best person for management and may not enjoy the position. I cannot express strongly enough how crucial it is to train, develop, and support your mid-level managers. Over and over again, statistics show that individuals leave their jobs because of supervisors. Over and over again, high-performing individuals leave organizations because they were not given opportunities or challenges. I'll say it again. Direct supervisors have the greatest influence on employee engagement because supervising involves assigning work, developing employees, encouraging feedback, and building trust. You can do all other things exceptionally well and still sacrifice employee engagement if your supervisors are not capable or committed to their role. What do you think? Keep the knowledge flowing by posting your comments and questions to this and other blogs on AVIDBuilder.com. Then stay tuned.